Princess Diana, Cary Grant, Liza Minnelli, those are just a few of the subjects that are a part of the Vanity Fair Portraits exhibit on here at the ROM. Let's go take a look.
Vanity Fair Portraits brings together 150 photographs from the archives of Vanity Fair from its inception in 1913 until the present. So what we see in the exhibition are images of personalities who are very accomplished in their fields at any given moment in time, taken by some of the best photographers of the 20th century. This photograph here is one of my favorite photographs in the contemporary part of the exhibition. It's taken by Mario Testino, who's a very famous fashion photographer, and shows Princess Diana just a few weeks before her death. So over here we have a photograph taken by Annie Leibovitz, who was the chief photographer for Vanity Fair since 1983. And it really exemplifies the kind of photography that she's well known for, where she's bringing together superstars and creating a photograph that's almost very painterly in its qualities. This photograph was actually taken in 3 different locations. It was shot in Los Angeles, New York, and London. And so these women were never actually physically together. But now with modern digital technology, she's able to create a photograph where the lighting is completely balanced and you absolutely can't tell who's in which section of the photograph.
Who are some of the stars we see here?
So from the left we have Nicole Kidman, Catherine Deneuve, Gwyneth Paltrow, Meryl Streep, Kate Winslet, Kate Blanchett, Vanessa Redgrave, Chloe Sevigny, Sophia Loren, and finally Penelope Cruz. So at the beginning of the exhibition, we've paired two photographs, one from the vintage period and one from the modern period. On the left, we have a portrait of Mary Pickford, who was born in Toronto and was one of the first international movie stars. Beside that, we have a contemporary print of a photograph of Conrad Black and Barbara Emile, which was taken in 2003. It's taken at their estate in Palm Beach, pretty much at the height of their power and wealth. In this section, we have a selection of magazines, both from the vintage and modern periods, that really show how the photographs were used. They were not really meant to be framed and hung on a wall. They were meant to be used in magazines, besides text and advertising, etc. So this shows a little bit of the development of the interior graphic design of the magazine, some of the important issues over time, and there's this wall of covers behind me which illustrates how the covers were treated. And what you'll notice is that in the vintage period, they didn't really use photography much on the covers. They used illustrations, but once we get to the modern period from 1983 on, photography is really what they're featuring on the covers.
I think it's outstanding. I'm learning about people that I thought I knew so much about, and it's really very interesting and well done.
For me, it's very enlightening, it's fascinating. I've just seen that Fred Astaire had a sister. I didn't know that.
I like the really old photographs from the 1920s. It's interesting to see.
You know, the perspective of each photographer who's taking each photo and how they stage everything. I think that's a really cool aspect of like the videos and stuff. I really like that aspect of the exhibit.
The exhibit continues until January 3rd. For more information, you can log on to their website at rom.on.ca. At the Royal Ontario Museum, I'm Darren Maharaj for Zoomer News.